Luminous entrepreneurs, how are you? Oh my gosh, guess who's here with us today? Charity
Hey.
Brown! I honestly can't remember how we met. I think it was just online somewhere, in what, like, probably a
LinkedIn.
local. Oh, it was LinkedIn.
Yeah,
Yes. You connected with me and we
I
hopped on a
did.
call and it was incredible. So, I will share with you in our very first get to know each other call, you basically shared with me how you work with business owners. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, I said to you, oh my goodness, where were you 2 years ago in my life?
Yes. Yes, I get that a lot.
I have stumbled through the first 2 years of my business. For to be honest, the first year, um, I didn't quite realize I had a business because like it was like a side hustle that quickly took over my life, and then I had to go quit my job. So it was,
Yay.
yeah. So if I would have met you 2 years ago, I probably would have been way more efficient. I would have way less gray hair and way less stress.
Right.
So with that introduction, tell us who you are and what your business is.
So my name is Charity Brown, and I own now Answer Group. I'm the CEO. I have been a consultant and an accountant for 20 years and have owned several businesses myself. I used to have 5 restaurants and bars and lottery facilities in Oregon, in Corvallis, and then corporate controller for a big franchise up here, and then broke off into independent consulting. And now I just help business owners essentially streamline their business and get them kind of aligned so they can get seed money, funding, lines of credit, pass audits, hire more staffs, find efficiencies, things like that.
That's incredible. So, what inspired you to open your business?
I come from a long chain of entrepreneurs. My family's economists and business owners, and I always just thrived off of it. Even like my right out of high school, I started beauty school and I opened my own salon. So I started being an entrepreneur like before I even turned 20. So
Incredible.
working from 9 to 5, I know I worked for the corporate gauntlet for 7 years as well and had my side gig, and always had clients on the side, but it was never enough to fully support myself and my daughter. So when I finally got to that point and I ditched that 9 to 5, I just got right back on and started farming for new clients, and it's been awesome.
Wow. I will tell
Yeah.
you, having my first, being able to see kind of owning a business, I don't think I could ever go back to a 9 to 5 ever again in my life. I see
Yeah.
so many inefficiencies in like past jobs. 8 hours right now in my life feels like two, but when you're working for someone else, 8 hours is dreadful.
Yeah, it's a long
I
time
don't,
to be stuck in a box.
I
Yeah.
don't know why it's so different.
Yeah, it's much fluid and more freedom as an entrepreneur. People that really harness that and really thrive and need that freedom. Some people like the structure. Some people like the corporate structure and ways of being able to like get out of the house and make new friends, and you know um it was just a lot of corporate politics in my position because I usually came in as like a high level CFO, so I was like supervising departments, and that is always kind of a different feeling than like going in and entry level and everyone's in the queue and everyone can be friends and they bring you flowers and gifts and stuff. But if you're the new person that's coming into a group of people that have been there already, it's usually not the same scenario. So, I mean, you can only try, right?
So, in your business, what is the main pain point that you solve for your clients? I know there's probably
Well, if
several, but what's a common one?
Yeah, well, just the chronic overwhelm, exhaustion, and confusion of where and what is wrong. Like something's not right. They can't get funding. The banks keep turning them down. They're having cash flow problems. Their branding isn't good. So, most of the time, it's just disorganization. Not having a plan is a huge one, and just not understanding like KPIs and business metrics. And you really only need to know 5 of them to kind of master your business and be able to operate from your cell phone.
So tell me what's coming up? Is there any fun promotions? What's new in your business? Do you have
I have
something coming up, don't you?
Yes, I am like so excited. I can hardly contain myself right
Can I just tell everybody you are like
now.
glowing today? I need to put that color into my wardrobe.
I know. I only wear this to the gym. Can you tell I just put my suit coat on over my gym outfit?
No, it just looks like a
Okay.
great, like, I just, that color.
Oh, yeah, it's
You,
for
you
summertime, right?
brightened
We
my
gotta.
world today.
Oh, yay! Good. That's my intention. So,
Oh, Rochelle chimed in. I know Rochelle, she owns an amazing massage therapy studio here in Vancouver. She says, dance party, ladies.
yeah.
Rochelle, thank you so much for joining us. You're gonna love. I don't know if you've been listening, but this is a great time to be tuning in because Charity's going to be talking about an upcoming webinar. I know you and I have been building our business from the ground up from the get go, so you might be very interested in what Charity's talking about.
Yeah. So, my program called the 5-Star Business Accelerator is a 5-week intensive business growth, and we're being endorsed by one of the sharks from Shark Tank on Friday. So I have an amazing webinar I'm doing with some crowdfunding and some investors. And then on Monday, Kevin Harrington is endorsing the program and it's going live on Tuesday. So it's really exciting times. I already have about 18 people signed up for the program and it's 5 weeks. And we pretty much go through the foundational part of the business. We, set up a business plan that's interactive. It's also a life plan. So it's making sure that, you get your personal needs and your business needs. So your business isn't working you and that instead it's working for you. And so we dial in the metrics, we dial in the accounting software, we make sure your website is optimized for branding and scaling. And then if you have one, if you have the platforms, then we look to see what your ad manager and business manager, and then we get your ad campaigns and KPI, and then we launch your new product or your program. So it's kind of like the whole suite. It's a business plan, legal review, accounting setup, website setup and review, and then social media marketing. And there's mindset training, and then there's like power activities, and then we have an advanced program called the Happy CEO, where we do the advanced training like a month later.
I love that because there are
Yeah.
things that you covered that I didn't even start looking at until I was 18 months in business or 12 months in business. It would have been great to have those things established ahead of time to, not be reactive. I feel like for 2 years I've been reactive in my business and not proactive. So
Yeah.
don't be like
Yeah,
me.
it can get overwhelming.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yeah.
okay, so tell me what is great in your world right now?
Oh man, I am just during this crisis. It's been kind of crazy because I had a major surgery like 3 weeks ago. I'm finally just like being able to drive. So it's been like really lame. But what's super good is that I got 11 million views on one of my videos, and Kevin Harrington, one of the Shark Tank's first shark, is endorsing my program. And they called me all the way from Florida, and they're like, "We want you to fly to Tampa on Friday." And I can't fly. So I was like, there's no way. I just had surgery. I can't carry my luggage. I can't jump on a flight right now. So we're doing Zoom meetings, and he's still going to do it. And they want me to come out there and actually kind of be the forefront of their investing pool. So they say like 33% of people that apply for funding, whether it's lines of credit, seed money, crowdfunding, equity investors, or, just a business bank loan, get turned down the first time because they don't have these key elements that I teach in my program that we go through. I don't only teach them, but I actually my phone rang.
Oh,
um,
that's okay.
I'm sorry, but
Like,
I
I
think
see
it's yes. So out of all this crisis and chaos, something good is coming out of it. I'm getting endorsed by a major shark. He's sold billions of dollars of infomercial products and invested in several businesses, and he sees a lot of value in what I'm doing. So I'm hoping that this is it.
you. How do you get 11,000 views on a video? Where did you post this video, girl?
I know. That's so I have a partner company that partners me with the marketing side. So if I have a client that doesn't want to do the done with you or done you do it yourself marketing, then I set them up with my partner company, Marketing 360.
Okay.
And so they've been blasting all my videos, and they don't like show up on my business page, but like one of my friends was like, congratulations, and she was like, wow girl, 12 million views, 67,000 likes. I'm like, where? She's like, sent me a screenshot of it. She's like, just now I saw it, and she like sent me the screenshot of my video with all these views and likes, and there's like 11,000 shares, and like it's just amazing. So somehow I don't know who boosted it or how many times it has to be shared for it to do that, but I didn't spend more than $100 last month in marketing because I wasn't putting any money into marketing because I had my surgery and I wasn't trying to get my booking link to blow up. But I got like 9 bookings in like one day once, and it had to have been that day when it blew up because it just happened randomly, you know?
Congratulations. That is
Yeah.
wonderful. Oh, well, clearly you are providing value to businesses, value that they need right now and that they're interested in. So, bravo.
Yay, and it's to help. So I really do help people from feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, confused, frustrated. And that's really my intent, is to provide, this 20 years worth of experience of going through the gauntlet of owning my own bars and restaurants, of owning my own bookkeeping and accounting business, and helping hundreds of clients. I now know what the major weak points are in and out of so many different businesses. So I think the only way that I can get that out there is to do like live online business training. So there's no limit how many people can join.
So I just tossed in comments, we are having requests. That link didn't make it into the crawler, so I just tossed in comments the link for people to register and look at the webinar that's coming up on Friday if they have any questions based on all the material you just shared with us. So that is in comments right now. Do you have any tips for our viewers? Let's just say someone like myself that's been in business 2 years and has seen some success, but really needs, what is somebody around the 2 year mark? What are those pain points that you can help with them? They've kind of covered a lot of bases already, but they're
Yeah,
really
so
in a reactive mode.
yeah, out of reactive mode and into ease and flow mode. Okay. So you trust your business, you trust your cash flows, you trust your process, and you've nailed it, then bravo. But not, then you find all the weak spots and then you just kind of do triage, right? So if you were to do the happy CEO, that's what I would recommend, because we take all the foundational work and then we do the advanced skills. Like, do you have KPI reports? Do you know when your marketing dollars and your ROI are at maximum? Or what are those numbers and what are your targets and are you hitting them?
So those are important things. Like if you're not tracking those, then I would imagine that those are important to know to make sure that what you're doing is working, you're spending your money wisely, etc.
Yeah, and if you want to plan, right, so you can maybe delegate and have more days off, travel more, set up, some investment accounts. So we go through like crowdfunding, seed money, investment accounts, kinds of things that you can kind of streamline your finances so it's just not sitting in your bank. And there's, obviously you want to kind of be able to cookie cutter your business just in case maybe you want to hire someone and someone else likes what you're doing and your branding is doing great and you have like 75% profit margin, which is insane because restaurants are like 20. So 75%, if usually service-based businesses like accountants, lawyers, attorneys, and consultants, we can make like 80% profit margins. So they're highly profitable businesses. But I know you do a little bit of e-commerce, right? So you have product costs. So I also have a boutique online, classytype.com, Type. And so I'm into the e-commerce thing too. So I know there's overhead, there's cost, there's shipping, there's, you have to pay your wholesalers and things like that. And then if you have professionals, but really it's a very profitable industry. So if you know that, okay, I'm making enough money to sustain, can I scale? What are my goals? Do I want to make $250,000, $500,000, 1.5 million a year? How do I get there? Is the money important? If it's not, then the program, only half of it probably would be valuable, like the mindset. We get into the Zen zone and we learn how to work better with our teams and external and internal business associates and kind of deal with stress a little different way. And we get into the mass marketing part of it. So you get your KPIs in place for your marketing dollars so you can maximize it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Do you have like an inspirational quote for our audience or maybe the secret to your success?
Yeah, quotes all over everything. But I'm just a firm believer in, the 5 pillars, like be resilient, be relentless, never give up, follow your passion, know what it is, and, just never quit. Quitters never win. So even when you're up against the wall and you just feel like you can't face it, facing those problems is the most powerful thing you can do. And then it's only temporary, on to the next day.
I get that from you. I can sense that you're a fighter and you're a driver and you're a doer. So I've gathered
Yep.
that from day one. No wonder you're so successful. No wonder you have a gentleman from Shark Tank endorsing you. So they definitely see that you're doing good work. So good job.
Yeah. It's a lot of stuff that you usually have to hire 5 professionals to do. You need a consultant or a coach, and then you need an accountant or a bookkeeper, and then you need an attorney or, somebody to help you with legal review, and you need a marketing SSM, social media manager. And the program actually covers all of that. And then you can just oversee it all because we have really great resources to farm those out as soon as you know what your KPRs are, know what your foundation is. Because that's the big problem with a lot of business owners. They don't understand their core foundational setup. So if they lose someone or if they can't afford to pay them anymore, they can't just jump in and, okay, well, at least this is working, I can tell everything's in place while you find someone else to do it. Like, it really is a hands-on kind of take full control of your business, and then also learn how to let go and delegate and have other people do it for you.
I will tell you, hiring VAs and starting to delegate, it was the smartest thing I've ever done. Like, I don't want to dig through my email box anymore. There's so many things that is not necessary for me to do. So that was one of the best decisions I made early on to start scaling quickly.
Yes, and amen to that. And that's the thing. Like, I've had to farm out like all these same areas in my business. I mean, I always keep track of my own money because that's just my my degree, my 20 years. So I feel a lot more comfortable me watching my own money than someone else's money. But and it gives me a lot more control. It's probably a false sense of control, but it helps sometimes.
But clearly you've been the expert in that role, so.
Yeah, that's why they pay me the bucks. Yeah.
Oh. Charity, thank you so much for coming on live with us today and sharing with us you and your business and your webinar that's starting on Friday. Tell us again one more time the name of this webinar.
Okay, well, actually, the Friday webinar is the
Oh,
one that the Sharks are doing, but the
okay.
five-star business accelerator webinars that run for 5 weeks, twice a week on Mondays and Fridays from 5:30 to 7, start on June 22nd, and that's for the whole course, and that consists of 2 webinars a week.
Okay. Yay. Well,
Yes.
the link is in comments, folks. So if you have any additional questions, any curiosities, click that link and go find out more.
Thank you,
All right.
Jamie.
Thanks, dear. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.